After battling with technology for many an hour, we are finally here at the After Hours Gaming League Season 2 Grand Finals. How's everyone doing this fine afternoon? How excellent. Now, the After Hours Gaming League is indeed a league not with the tip-top of pros that you see again and again, weekend in, weekend out. No. It is regular players like you or me, players from major corporations all over the world, playing just for fun and, of course, for a big charity prize. $10,000 up for grabs this weekend across League of Legends that we're starting up right now and StarCraft 2 this evening. Let's go ahead and take a look at who's going to be competing for the first League of Legends After Hours Gaming League Finals. It's going to be EA versus Amazon. Are there any EA Amazon fans in the house? Now, keep in mind, these teams are not just playing for pride and glory. Each is indeed playing for a charity. Team Amazon will be playing for Child's Play, the very, very well-known charity started by the PAX folk. And, of course, Team EA will be playing for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, world-renowned charity. And keep in mind, this is $5,000, kindly donated by Riot Games. Huge shout-out to Riot Games, not just for the charity, but for also making League of Legends. I really appreciate that. And of course, following this up will be the StarCraft 2 Grand Final, IBM versus Epic. Now no, it's fine, you can cheer. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, this bracket went essentially as planned. Epic, the #1 seeded team, versus IBM, the #2 seeded team. But they have very different stories. If we take a look at Team IBM playing for Youth Services America, their company has over 400,000 employees. They are gigantic. They employ apparently most of the world. Their opponents will be Team Epic, who is going to be playing for Doctors Without Borders. And Team Epic, their company, Epic Systems, has only 5,000 employees. Amazing to see that David versus Goliath battle happening here this evening starting at 5 p.m. But of course, since we are just beginning the day, we're going to be beginning with the first ever League of Legends AHGL tournament. I'm going to throw it over to the two handsomest casters in the League of Legends business, Freak and Rivington from Riot Games.
Day 9, thank you very much. We are here at the beautiful Red Bull Stadium at Red Bull headquarters in Santa Monica. Just actually a hop, skip, and a jump away from Riot Games, which is just down the street, so it wasn't really that big of a trip to come, and we wanted to be here anyways, because these games are going to be amazing matches. There are actually some pretty good players on these teams, previously pro game players from other games, so we'll have to see what they can bring out for EA versus Amazon. We had a little bit of a back and forth last night at the Riot headquarters in our PC bong, and everybody was having a really good time. We got to see some of the skills and some of the plays that they were going to be using, so we'll have to see if they can bring that out today, Freak.
Yeah, it was fun, too. We actually had Day 9 cast, I think, his very first game of League of Legends, and it was great. He made it up as it went along, and it's very the charismatic and awesome Day 9, of course. And yeah, you know, it's just going to be a couple of really good games. The best of 3 here again, $5,000 up for grabs for Child's Play and for Now I'm Spacing, Make-A-Wish Foundation. There we go, I got it. And you know, it's going to be great. We actually, like you said, have some really good players. Rush Wizard from Amazon, former pro for me from our prior games, and actually Gasty there for EA also. Let's see if I can spot him in there. He's one of the white guys, which is really helpful. Actually, was a former design intern for Riot as well, so I know part of the teams a little bit. Met a couple of them last night as well. So yeah, you know, I like these people. They're all really good players, and I think it should be some good matches.
Yeah, it really can. Both of these teams, like I said, have played against each other. They have actually, I think EA beat Microsoft, but Microsoft also beat Amazon. So there's kind of a back and forth there in the rivalry. We'll have to see if EA can continue that momentum again to beat Amazon. But they have met before in the league, in the After Hours Gaming League during this season, and it was kind of a back and forth game. I talked to the teams. They both agreed it was kind of sloppy. Really didn't come. It was no conclusion to the end because it was about a barren fight, and one team won it after 50 minutes. So they were both anybody had that game. So these are really going to be hopefully 3 matches of great League of Legends gameplay.
Yeah, and I was actually talking to the Amazon players. I say backstage, but they're kind of over there. And I was saying, so you guys gonna win? Like, you gonna do it? Like, yeah, we're gonna try to win. We hope they'll be really good games. I'm like, why would you want them to be good games? Don't you want to win really hard? And he's like, yeah, take that back. We're just gonna win. I was like, okay, well, hold on. Are you gonna, like, if you are winning really hard, will you just throw game 2 to make it close? He's like, yeah, it's actually what we did against Amazon, against Microsoft. Like, we stomped them. So okay, we'll just throw game 2 and make it close, and then we'll just keep going. So Amazon looking really, really confident going into this match. I think they have. The ability to really stomp this one. A couple of their players definitely platinum on that ranked solo queue ladder. Like, these guys are actually very significantly strong players.
Yeah, EA sporting a lot of 17 to 1800s. They kind of gave me a chuckle when they said 1500 for their support, and they're like, we're giving plus 100. So we'll have to see if the support plays any role in maybe a throw game. Well, we'll have to find out. We don't know. But they do have a very good team, like I said, 17 to 1800s against the platinums of Amazon. I know Zerul, they have said, is kind of new coming into it. He has been playing for a while. Everybody else for about a year or so now. So EA definitely has a team of caliber to play against these platinum players of Amazon.
Yeah, and the one cool thing about Amazon as well is they actually switch up their roster a little bit. So while EA, they have, okay, I'm our solo top, he's their mid, he's their support, AD, jungle. The Amazon guys actually switch around a little bit. Like, their Rush Wizard plays mid or top. Their support sometimes runs around as a jungle tank. Like, kind of likes to do these different sort of roles. And if I can make any predictions from knowing these players so far, that support player there for Amazon actually likes to play sort of melee tanky guys. We might see Nunu, Tarek, Alistair as the more common, or Leona as the most common support picks there, and maybe less so on Soraka, etc. Also talking with them, their AD carry said, yeah, I only have 2 rune pages. It's called with Soraka and without Soraka. Like, do I need lifesteal Quince, or do I just need to go full attack damage? And those are the entire builds, right? He's got 2 rune pages. He knows what he's going to play. They've got their favorites picked out there, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will. And I believe we actually have an interview with a few of the players right now.
2 and take 2. Hello, everyone. Travis here with each of the captains from both EA and Amazon. EA DS Hyde here, Amazon here. Just have a few questions for you guys. Let everyone get to know both of you as well as the teams that you play for. So, first off, the question I just want to ask is, for both of you, we'll start off with EA, of course. What do you? I don't know. I'm just going with it. No, but what did you really enjoy about this league? Because I know it's been going on for about 3 or 4 months now, and then you had a little bit of a preseason. So lots of adventures and lots of things that you guys got done. So any particular moments you enjoyed about it?
Well, it was just really great getting to play League of Legends with other passionate companies and players, and playing for something, playing for more stakes than just ELO or IP.
All right, and how about you? Same question, Lord Zale. Anything in particular you really enjoyed about the league?
I think for Team Amazon, a lot of the players were already individually skilled coming into the team, and a big part of it for us has just been growing as a team and learning to really have that teamwork, not that solo queue mentality.
All right, and because whenever this started off, there were a lot of really skilled teams that you all went up against. Did either one of you guys expect to get here, or at what point did you realize that this was going to happen?
Well, I think we felt really good about our team. We practice a lot. We play together at lunch almost every day, and we have a lot of skilled players, obviously, so we felt pretty good about our chances. So it's not entirely surprised that we're here, but it feels good.
All right, and again, same for you, Lord Zale?
I guess through the whole preseason and the initial season, we have been playing pretty strong and feeling good about that. So we're not super surprised to be here, but it sure feels new.
All right, and hey, for the team, for a lot of people that might not know much about your players, any particular team member that the other team should maybe look out for? I mean, you guys have played against each other before. I'm sure you've done a little bit of research, so there's not going to be any surprises here. But for spectators watching, who should we expect to be making the big plays?
I think on both teams, we're going to see a lot of big plays from the junglers. Speaking as a jungler myself.
Oh, okay. No bias there at all, right?
No.
All right, how about for you, DS Hyde?
I'd be surprised if we didn't see our support steal a few kills here and there.
Oh, so some aggressive play by the support. That should be really exciting. Well, hey, do you guys have anything to say to any of your companies or anybody watching? I know you probably have a lot of fans out there watching the stream right now.
Wish us luck.
And how about you?
Thanks for watching.
You guys really know how to reach out to those guys. How about you know what, we'll leave with this. How about the crowd behind us? Anything that you wanna tell them beforehand?
Cheer more loudly for EA.
All right, Amazon.
No, don't do that.
Hey, great. Thanks for the interview, guys. If you want to shake hands right now. Good luck. All right, we're going to shoot back to the caster booth now.
All right, thank you very much, Travis. And there you have it. Two of the captains kind of jutting it out there. We'll see how this game goes. Amazon versus EA coming into this one. Like I said, both teams have kind of camaraderie with each other. They know how to play the game. They've been playing for quite some time. As Freak said, Amazon does have some platinum players. EA does have that 17 to 1800 range, but that team play that they have as well. Zero being a new player on their team within the After Hours Gaming League, so we'll see how he fits in. I believe he's their jungler, so there's a lot of presence there from that role in the game of League of Legends.
Yep, absolutely. And so you're going to see, you know, he claimed the jungles would control the game. We'll see if that really is the case. I believe the players have gotten themselves back to their own seats, so in the very near future, we're going to have the first game underway for these guys. And it's great because, you know, we don't know these players. They're not these top pros, as Day9 said. But so we asked them, how do you pronounce all your names? And so for example, you know, one of the players for EA, Nerevar, I actually know that one from Morrowind. He said, you can call me Moon and Star if you want. So those who remember the dialogue from that game, I told him I would do it. Is he watching the stream?
Yeah.
That is awesome. And we are actually in 2 champions.
Awesome.
So we can kick on over and see how these guys are going to be picking and banning. EA is blue teams. They are first pick, first ban, and we'll see what they're going to respect from that other team.
Yeah, well, what will come out here, these guys can make games, but can they play games? And we'll have to see right here. These champion pools, not so much known between the players, so they're going to kind of ban out what they think right now is something they don't want to play against, something that's going to counter their team composition, and a room
Scout,
page
actually,
most likely
afraid-
not being ready. It looks like
afraid of playing
they are
this
going to
game.
get something switched up here. But as I said, the picking phase is very big. Counter picking, counter choosing, and whatnot. We'll see what they have to do. And as we get back into this champion select, obviously, so we see the Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they know that's going to be the ban out. They
Yeah.
don't want to see that in mid. They don't want to see that in top. Mordekaiser can run a pretty heavy roll game if he is able to snowball early.
Yeah, so Amazon's saying, oh, we're home team. We actually want a blue team. We want a first pick, first ban. So they're switching themselves around real quick. Shouldn't be a big issue there. But yeah, so actually we're underway in about 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then we're going to get the game going on, hop into Spectator, looks like. Waiting on Wizard, actually, the last one there for Amazon, who's not gotten his way over there, and then we will be good to go. Wizard, I know you can do it. And actually, fun fact about Wizard, by the way, in his former professional Warcraft 3 career, wore Tetris pants to every LAN tournament. He actually had pants with Tetris blocks on them. Dyrus would be proud, of course. Yes, a couple of the people in the audience got that. Yeah, so actually always wore them at every tournament. And actually looking at him today, I was hoping I would see them. Apparently he's progressed past that.
That's
no
unfortunate.
more Tetris. Actually, no, yeah, so.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, well, but.
I would have done some Wizard pants. Guys, make sure you know, obviously, there's Red Bull beverages around the room provided for you. This is an awesome event going on, held by Day9 and Red Bull Gaming. All the charities that are being helped out here by the game, or by the companies that are playing for them, respectively, Child's Play, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and more. So this is really an awesome event, a lot of camaraderie here. The crowd going to be very engaging. They've already quite loud before we even started, so I can't wait to hear what they are doing in-game as these players fuel what's going to happen in this room.
Yep, sure enough. And thankfully, we do have a half-decent spectator delay, so you guys in the audience
Yep.
to my right, feel free to make noise and yell when, you know, be like the IPL crowd. We yell top when we miss all the kills,
Yeah.
because it'll be okay. They're actually a bit ahead of us, so shouldn't be too much of an issue there. Feel
Wow.
free to yell all you want. So yeah, there's the Mordekaiser ban comes out now. Amazon, of course, actually blue team, first pick and first ban, and they've banned out Jarvan the Fourth.
So that's definitely has to be a targeted ban, especially to this team. They have done a little bit of work on each other. It is on the AfterHoursGaming.tv website where you can meet the teams and figure out what they've been doing, their journey to this end and final grand finals game here at the Red Bull Stadium. And we do have a card that's going out as well as Rise. So there's a little bit of mid AP. So there's 3 mids and a possible top jungle put out of the game right now.
Yeah, so EA's bans are interesting. They've actually all been banned at, or all been aimed at tanky, sort of mage mids. These guys are doing heavy magic damage, and just by function of what they normally build or the champion themselves, they're actually very, very durable champions. Whereas for Amazon, they're actually kind of all around different areas. Jarvan the Fourth is a sort of tanky initiator, either as a solo top or as a jungler. Karthus is more of a squishy mid-mage champion, but tosses out gobs and gobs of damage. And that Kog'Maw ban also a very, very heavy damage output ranged carry, usually as a ranged carry, less so as a mage, but sometimes happens as well, but high damage. That first pick, though, is as Soraka. And Soraka has two very strong roles as a very strong healing and mana-infusing support champion, or as a very brutal, hard-to-deal with mage in middle. Has a lot of area of effect through Star Call, can be very tanky, tosses out heals, a very strong champion in general.
This is actually a really good pick. You can see that they counter with that Karthus ban. Karthus ultimate and Soraka ultimate kind of counter each other in the way that Karthus can attack everybody on the map with magic damage with his ultimate, and Soraka can heal everybody on the map with magic damage. So for them to ban that out allows her for her ultimate to be way more effective. We do see the other team countering with their AD carry. That's going to be the attack damage. Nerevar is grabbing Graves, a very tanky character on the bottom. Gets more tanky as he's shooting enemies. And Messiah as well. We did hear about that Lee Sin pick that was usually going to Amazon. Every time that Lee Sin has not been banned out and Amazon has been able to get it, they've won. So now going to EA, we're going to see how that works for them.
Well, that's actually interesting. So we'll see if that Lee Sin goes for that. Of course, one thing interesting here is Lee Sin can go as the solo top sort of bruiser fighter guy, or he can go into the jungle as well. And so an interesting thing that EA has done is they've not really shown any of their cards. There's no guarantee where that guy is going in the lane. Amazon pretty much doesn't care. They picked up Caitlyn as a very long-ranged sniper ranged carry, physical damage dealer, and she's actually very good at bullying people out of lane. Now, I kind of expect that Soraka is going to be AP mid here, more so than as a support, because I don't like a Soraka Caitlyn lane so much. However, Lulu, again, can go a lot of different places. I like this. So EA picking up Lulu can be a very, very strong support, and Lulu Graves is a very good bully lane that can really push people around, or Lulu can go solo top as sort of an AP carry as a mage, ability power, magic damage, and really crushing out some people. And they've also picked up Malzahar here as their mid champion, another mage guy. Lots of damage comes out from Malzahar. He's a little bit unsafe, does not have any escape tools, doesn't have exceptionally long range, but if he locks on you, you're going to take a whole crap ton of damage.
There's a lot of lockdown on EA's team right now. They do have a good amount of shields too, so you're going to have that lockdown from Zero or whoever that switches to on Malzahar with his ultimate. He's able to channel and lock you down, his freak set, and then there's a lot of shields. Lee Sin is just really good at jumping into a fight and disrupting a lot, so as he goes in, he's going to get extra shield, and they have a really good initiation on EA right now. We do have Shen being picked up on Amazon's side as well as Vladimir, both two really great scaling champions, and that means throughout the game they're pretty strong as well, but their late game is really where they can factor in a lot of damage, a lot of what they can utilize in their kit, which is their abilities, and those two champions scale very well into the late game, and that's something that a team can compose their team around, or they can choose to go for the early game damage output, and we'll have to see. It kind of looks like EA is going for that.
Yeah, and there we go. Oh, the pickup on Urgot, and actually this is super convenient. Gasty, the actual initial designer on Urgot, actually, when he was at Riot, actually did the initial groundwork there on that champion. So picking basically his own guy. And another interesting thing about this is, in talking to him in pregame, he said, yeah, it's very likely that they will target our jungler, and then they will ban out Urgot, and that will be their ban. But you can see here the bans from Amazon, not aimed at the jungler at all, but aimed at these high damage mages and AD carries, and then the kickoff at Jarvan, which is probably aimed at the jungler, but no, letting themselves get Urgot. And actually, this EA team is both fairly tanky and really good at disrupting individual champions. They have two suppresses there. They have the Urgot there with the ultimate, who can swap someone into his team. And they've got Malzahar with his ultimate as well. Deals heavy, heavy damage and suppresses you, keeps you from running, keeps you from using summoner spells. There's only one thing that can break you out of that condition, and that is the Quicksilver Sash. It's an item you can buy from the in-game shop. Costs about 1,400 gold, and when you buy that item, you can finally break out of that 2.5 second suppression from Malzahar, and if you don't get that, you are stuck in place 2.5 seconds long, taking a couple hundred damage, and you cannot break out of that for any other way. So We'll see if that EA team, if that allows them to really just pick up these kills. They're really good at single target damage output. They've got a lot of crowd control, and it looks like they are going to send that Lee Sin into the jungle. And I believe that Urgot might be solo top because they've picked up AD Graves.
That is going to be a solo top Urgot. EA said that they've actually been able to throw off a few teams in the After Hours Gaming League by running an untraditional top.
And it makes a lot of sense. And the cool thing here is he's against Vladimir here. And Vladimir does not have a fun early game. He scales throughout the late game very, very well. By the time he's level 8 or 9, he's able to heal himself very, very rapidly. He can last hit minions very well and keep his health bars up. But up until that point, Urgot is a very, very big bully. He's really good at dealing a lot of damage, and it's really good physical damage, which is actually very convenient because he has ways to reduce your armor, and he has ways to just sort of constantly toss out that damage. And Vladimir does not have a lot of armor early in the game, so it's very easy for Urgot to bully him around, and that lane could go very, very well for Gasty, for EA. And we'll see if that ends up being the case, or if he can just hold on. You can see there we have the players up on there, and they're going to be getting into the game very, very shortly. And you can see they're loading into the game, and they really want to get into this one and do as much damage as possible. It looks like this is the EA lineup right there you just saw down at the very far end. That was Gasty, who's going to be playing Urgot.
As their jungler was the closest with Triton headphones on. That was Zero. So, yeah, we'll have to see what these guys can do. Like you said, that the Urgot grab just gives EA so much more lockdown. However, with that Shen coming in, with a Mundo on the team, is very disruptive. Mundo running around with Burning Agony, and that health regen that he has with his ultimate and with the items he's going to be building is just really something that not a lot of people can deal with unless you're 5-5 in the team fight. So if Amazon can catch EA anywhere off guard, they have a very good team of just being able to burst somebody down than that 5-on-1 situation if they can catch anybody in the jungle.
Yeah, and the other interesting thing here is that you can't even tell from the summoners just exactly where Shen and the Soraka are going. You could send Vladimir mid, you could send Shen solo top, and actually Shen would do very well against Urgot, and Vlad could actually survive mid against Malzahar. Malzahar is not a very big bully pre-6, and so Vlad can pretty much be safe there, and that would actually be a decent lane composition there. For Amazon, and then they can send Soraka as a support bottom, and everyone's fine. What I expected to see was actually Soraka in mid, Shen as support, and then Vladimir as top. And I was talking about that Urgot versus Vladimir matchup before, and that I thought was likely, but we'll actually see how these lane comps go in. Now, we as spectators are about to get into the load screen ourselves. We will see these guys getting into game in the very, very near future. So what are your predictions? Who will actually win this first game?
I think there's a lot of lockdown on EA. That Urgot top, like you said, Vladimir is not going to be able to really mitigate any of the damage he's doing right away, so that may also make Vladimir have to not build his synergy. Vladimir is a different character. Some champions in League of Legends synergize with their builds. He builds ability power, and he also gets health, but that kind of reverts the same way. If he has health, he gets ability